Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And yes, it's that old. 40 years old, actually. And actually, in really quite remarkable condition for its age, really. This is actually propylene hard twist. This is one of the best carpets they ever made. Remember, when I was a teenager, we had this in a house we lived in the living room and dining room and hallway, I guess. It was one of the mustardy colored one, I think. But anyway, we were actually going right through the carpet on the front edge of the steps. So, but just goes to show you, they can make carpets last. They can carpets that last. But wait till you see what I have in the dining room area here. It's quite funny, actually. But anyway, let's give it a clean. Oh, yes, groovy. I think this was actually the color we had, come to think of it. Maybe. Wasn't that one, I know that. Oh, and there's one downstairs that's the bright, that's that blue, which I have to do as well. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. And this is the Astro turf, and I am using my Vonschrader detergent, because I have lots of it and it works pretty well, and I thought, oh, I gotta use it up. And you can buy it in Canada if you want to give it a try from brolan.com, BROLAN.com, and I think they're in Ontario. They have two versions of it. The blue label, which is neutral pH, and the red label, which is higher pH, 8.8, I believe. I use this product for years, and it does work actually very well. Has a built-in anti-resoil polymer. It is Green Seal certified. It's neutral. Well, one of the versions is neutral pH, did I say order this? And has a health rating of 1. So it's definitely a very good product and something to consider. And yes, it is an Encap as well. It's one of the earliest Encaps out there, actually. And yeah, carpets clean with this stuff do stay clean. It does work really well. Nothing wrong with it. Got the wind kicking up again. We've had so much wind this year. I don't remember ever having this much wind in the Okanagan here. Okay, we'll go in behind here, because this chair will be going back here. Look at the color, eh? They sure were not afraid of color back in the day. That's actually, I think that's kind of a pretty color. Forest green, I believe they called this one. And it's green. This is from the era when they had, remember when they had the car interiors where they had plaid in the cars? I think that Ford had that in the Bobcat or the Pinto, actually. I think that's a blob of paint right there. Okay, we're gonna scoot across the room and get in behind, and then you'll see one of the things I'm talking about that's a problem. Look at that. Carpet's literally disappearing down to the backing. This will be a jute back, by the way. It's that old. All the carpets used to have jute backing back in the 70s. I think it wasn't until the 80s that they started putting the olefin backing on them, or polypropylene. We literally have no carpet left over here. There's no fiber left. We're gonna go back over here. Then we'll groom this and put it back. I'll get some goof off and try it on there before I'm done. If it's paint, that'll take it off. Cleaned these 3 pieces and 3 mattresses as well. I used my E600 and my pad machine as well. Literally no pile left. And yet, except for that, the carpet looks amazing. here. Again, you can see the color of this carpet is just really, really amazing when you in the areas where it hasn't had the wear and tear. Just incredible color, really. There was actually a pink one too. That one you didn't see very often, but I've seen it, and it was pink. And the red one, very, very red. And the dark, dark blue one. No, there's crazy colors. But I don't mind this one at all, actually. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, we can motor along. Look how this carpet responds. It's just amazing. I've cleaned this carpet. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen one of these, but decades ago, this was very common. It always cleans very, very nicely. Wears very nicely. Like 20 years, no problem. No problem at all. That's why they don't make it anymore, I'm sure. Well, maybe they make it. I doubt it though. By the way, I get it hanging right there. In case you're wondering how I do that. Cleaning very nice. I knew it would. I came actually and quoted this job, and when I got here and I was looking at it, I mean, there was a lot of stuff in here. They've really emptied it. All the rooms, there was just a lot of stuff. So I was very glad when I got here and saw that they really had done a good job of moving pretty much everything. So got a little bit scared of that. Sometimes we get to jobs and people haven't moved much. And I've had people say, I love this one. I didn't know what I should move, so I didn't move anything. It's like, okay. What you're actually saying is you just don't want to be bothered. You're too lazy. And I've actually, it doesn't happen very often, but I have gotten to a job and I mean, they've literally moved nothing, and it's just a huge mess of stuff. And I said, you know what? When you're ready to get your carpet cleaned, give me a call, because I'm not here to move all your stuff for you. I don't think I've ever gone back on one of those either. Some people are just really, they're just lazy, actually. They want the carpet cleaner to do everything for them. And there's a limit to what I'll do, that's for sure. I move more than probably a lot of guys do, but there are times when you just say, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Colors are coming alive on this carpet, and that's one of the things I always noticed about using the Vonschrader detergent, is that it really brings out the colors and things. It is a very good product, actually. It's been around for decades, obviously, but they don't really push the fact that it's an encapsulator, although it certainly is. It's never been their sort of marketing position. It does say so on their website. Finally, they did actually put it on there. It didn't used to say that, but and I'm not using it as an encapsulator. Obviously, I'm extracting into the pad, but it's also an encapsulator, so we're getting that benefit of that as well. And by the way, the pad really drags on the jute backing there. You can really feel it slowing down. It'll make it a little bit harder to move the machine because it's sort of gripping. It doesn't like that material. It's a nice table. I don't know if you can see that, but once in a while, one of the things about the Vonschrader is once in a while, as I'm cleaning with it, you'll see bubbles appear. Once in a while. It is a foaming product, actually. So, and that's one reason why, when you use it, you would use it at a considerable, how do I say this now? You don't need to use as much as they tell you to use on the label, because it's actually intended to be used in their machine, which generates the solution into a foam. So it's very high foaming, and very, very concentrated, which is why it works so well, because it's very concentrated, because it's actually intended to be generated into a foam, and it's the foam that I got that out, whatever that was. The foam is the foam emulsifies and holds the soil in suspension, and the idea is that it gets sucked into their machine, which obviously I'm not doing that here, and that's fine. I'm sucking or transferring that moisture, emulsified soil, into the pad. It's just doing it a little bit different, and this worked fantastic. Like I said, I've done this I used this stuff for at least 10 years, I'd say, and it does work extremely well. My thought is I'm going to kind of, how do I say this, be a little different, put it that way. It's the way like I say, I use this product and these pads for years and years and years, no problem at all. I guess I'll have to groom the carpet after, but that won't take very long. I'll just use the vacuum, of course. Got a very worn sculpture in the hallway and in the bathroom downstairs. Yes, you know, when you're in a 70s house and you find carpeted bathroom. And what on earth were they thinking, eh? Fortunately, there's some tile right around where the toilet is. Otherwise, the rest of the bathroom is all carpet. And even up on the side of the tub. I've seen it, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of a job right now where shag carpet, literally all around the tub. I mean, seriously? What are you thinking, folks? Well, I guess it's easier to install than tile, and cheaper, I suppose. Haven't thought of that job for a long time. I remember that. That was out in the middle of nowhere, too. Out near Lumbee, which is go to Vernon and head east, I guess. I don't go out there anymore. You know, it's amazing, you know, for the carpet as old as it is, it really isn't that soiled appearing at all. It really has got very little visible soiling. I forgot, or maybe I asked when I was here, but I'm going to try to remember to ask, and I'll try to remember to put it in the comments how long ago they had this carpet cleaned, or how often, because I got a feeling that it has been very cleaned very few times, actually. But that's propylene for you. It really is an incredibly durable carpet. Again, this is probably the best carpet they ever made. Look at the color of this one, eh? It's almost a burnt orange, I guess. Kind of funny, huh? I don't mind it. I mean, I get why people don't like it, but still, it was a thing. Yeah. As you saw that, there was a bubble I just went over. Just seemed to throw out a bubble once in a while for some reason. Oh, there's some more bubbles. There. There's one over there. Again, more over there. You know, interesting. Here, bit of history here. Way back when I first started doing this, the way I'm doing it, for a while there, I actually experimented with hooking up. I had an air pump, and I was using ozone at the time. And what I did is I made a device that was at the bottom, right beside the motor, and the solution would go down into this device. It was like an aerator thing, kind of a deal, and it would pump the ozone in, so it's pumping air, ozonated air, and as it did so, it would generate it into a foam. And that was initially, that's how I did this, because I didn't know how to operate the valve properly the way I do now, because I was wanting to apply the solution, but I didn't want to over wet, so I would generate it into a foam, and at the bottom underneath the machine, I mean, there's literally billows of foam coming out all over the place. It worked. It actually worked. But then after a while, I began to realize, I don't need to do this. I can just feather the valve and control the solution that I put down. I don't have to keep feeding it all the time. You know, it took me a while to sort of figure out exactly how to do this. I mean, it sounds dumb and seems obvious now when you think about it, but you know, this was all new to me, and I didn't know anybody else out there who was doing it quite the way I was, so I think I was pretty much the only one out. I mean, maybe there was people out there doing it, but I didn't know about that. That was, you know, prior to, I mean, literally prior to YouTube and the internet, in fact. So it was new, but I figured it out. And actually, there was a time there where I actually also I'd hooked up a ring around the base of my machine and hooked up a vacuum to it, and I had a vacuum suction. I did that for a while. I did that for about a couple of years, I think. And then again, I began to realize that this is redundant. I don't really need to do this, because I was getting so much onto the pad anyway. I realized it's not giving me any advantage, and so I went away from that. And there's a machine called a Chemstructor that does that, and that was kind of my inspiration for that. But I did realize that it wasn't necessary. Man, look how green that is. So let's go over here and we'll take a look at the pad. I'm curious. Sure you are. Oh, yeah, I already did that. And I bet it's dry. Oh yeah, it's dry. Let's go over here. It's dry. That's how fast it dries. There's a little bit of a breeze because that door is open, but the polypropylene, that was another characteristic of it. It dries really fast, at least with this method anyway. So let's have a look at the pad. That's fairly dirty, not terrible. Yeah, that's okay. All right, I'll go down and do that, and then that landing, and then I'm downstairs. Anyway, I'll let you go. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.